Everybody, Curtis Scott here, coming at you with a little discipleship drive time, a little DDT. Anyways, I have to ask, do you know whose you are? Do you know who you are? Do you know whose you are? And, you know, we're fixing to celebrate Easter. I think a lot of people don't even know whose they are. They struggle with it, and this song talked about, remind me who I am. And, you know, we're coming upon a time where more people attend church in America than any other time of year, pretty much, is Easter and Christmas. So they're the creatures of Christmas and Easter. Anyway, though, I know I've heard people call them creasters. The thing is, God is God, and it doesn't matter about going to church. We need to go to church. However, church doesn't make you God's. If you are born again, you are God's. You are a son of God, a daughter of God. And I know a lot of people that struggle with this because they keep going and getting this religious mentality that is taught by a lot of churches. But if you are His, you are His. It doesn't matter. Yes, we need to go and be a part of the church. We are the church. And Jesus talked about meeting together and breaking bread together. And the thing is I believe God is doing something even this time of year. I don't necessarily celebrate Easter like a lot of people do, on the fact that we should be celebrating Him year round and what He did for us. Every day we should be celebrating that Jesus is Lord. And I know a lot of people come and worship Him more than ever on Easter and Christmas, and that's where I'm just saying we need to know whose we are year round. We need to know that God has a purpose for you. God has a purpose for me, for you, for everybody. Now, some people will never fulfill their purpose. You know, I know some people right now that are going to prison possibly soon, and maybe that's where their purpose is. But I don't think that's where God, this particular person I'm talking about, I know a long time ago I had a talk with this person, and they had told me about how God had put certain things on their heart and all this stuff, but this person has turned away from God. If that person is you, it's never too late. Well, I say that, however, there will be a day. But if you haven't chose Jesus as your Lord and Savior, I'd invite you, you know, as we come to celebrate Easter and everything like that, to become His. You know, and it's all a bigger picture about being the bride of Christ and knowing Him, not just from a religious perspective, but from truth and spirit. Because once you're born again, you will receive His Spirit and you will know the truth, because the truth will set you free. And I know that in the day we're living in, we're seeing some crazy times where people are falling away from the gospel truth. A lot of people are teaching false doctrines and have a form of godliness like it talks about in 2 Timothy. But today could be the day that God sets you free if you haven't received Him. If you are free, what I would say is this might be a great time to really stand on the truth and ask God, what do I need to do? Because we're coming into some times, and I'm going to go in just a short bit here about pressing in. We need to be pressing in. I heard God say that 2 years ago before the pandemic, and it's not over yet. The evil is still rearing up its ugly head. Satan wants to take down God's people, but he will not. Just like he wants to take down America. And America's going to go through some rough times, but I really believe God has got something great. Just like how the Israelites had to go through some rough times. I'm not trying to compare us to Israel. But what I'm saying is, America was founded on godly principles. If you argue with that, you probably don't know His story. Anyway, though, my whole purpose right now is to ask you, are you His? Are you pressing in? Are you going to know what's coming ahead? Because there are things that are coming ahead. And if you are His, He will prepare you. If you will press in and be prepared. Be passionate. Be bold. Because He's shaking it up. And I'm going to finish this video with, like I did in the last video I did, and it was, You need to be aware spiritually. You know, I talk about with my crime prevention stuff, be aware, be prepared, and have a plan. But are you aware spiritually? And the only way you can be aware spiritually is to have the Spirit of God living on the inside of you. So be aware, press in, be prepared, and have a plan. It's got to be the plan that He gives you. Anyways, though, He has a plan for your life. I love you guys. Go love God and love people.